Hey guys, we are live from Mindset Monday. Welcome. Hope you guys are ready for an awesome week. We're going to talk about competition, right? And how you can use competition to drive yourself and your team. All right. And this is pretty big. It actually just happened. So I just started 75 hard again on Saturday. All right. And this will be my fifth or sixth time going through it. At 38 years old, this is arguably the best shape I've been in my life for the last, let's say, 3 years, on and off. By far the best shape in the 160s. And one of the things is my routines, my workouts have gotten monotonous, right? So no, I'm serious. So what did I do? I wanted to create a little bit of competition so I get better results this time. So what did I do? I actually went out, got an app one of my buddies was using that will monitor and gauge all my workouts and help me hit certain goals. And that is creating competition with myself because now I'm actually tracking what I was lifting last time and I'm consistently upping it. These are things I haven't done. I just went and did the workout, right?
Mhm.
Now, because I have somebody or benchmark to compete against, it's making me push myself harder and it's a little bit more focused, right? But the same thing works with your team, right? If you run a competition, I'll give you we're running a competition now, like internally for whoever sells the most of one program is going to get $1,000 bonus, right? It makes people raise their game. It makes them more intentional about what they're doing. And nothing can be better for your business and for your results than competing to see how you can improve. All right, Dave, what are your thoughts on this?
Dude, it's awesome. I love what you hit on because ironically we have our team meeting just before you and I hop on and we were talking about the same things. Number one, I told everybody, I said, look, it's time of year, school's starting. It's hard to get in front of people sometimes, right? Because of that time. I know Florida's already back in school, but in Pennsylvania, teachers are going in service this week. Kids start next week, right? But I said, look, just as in with anything else, because we have some good momentum this month, stay after it, stay after the program. And like you said, with 75 hard, we can, everybody in our place works out, right? So we always correlate it to physical fitness. Look, what's going to happen when you're getting results? It's going to get monotonous. It's going to get boring when you're doing those same things over and over again, but you're getting results. What do? You turn up the volume a little bit. You add weight, you add more reps, you keep pushing. Okay. Then you break up that monotony. And we have a contest too. So we're giving away for hitting a certain benchmark to whoever gets first and who gets there first and whoever closes out the month the strongest. And the cool thing is we got a bunch of shit talking in our app, in our internal app with everybody, friendly competition. It's fun, man. It really is. It's cool to talk shit to bust balls, to say, hey man, I'm going to beat your ass. You know what I mean? But in a friendly way, because at the same time, we're kind of cheering each other on. If there's a problem or if somebody has a shortfall somewhere, we're also there to help. Everybody looks like, oh, I'm going to stomp your throat. Sure. And in a certain manner, right? You want to win. It's what it is. There's no, I mean, society has it different, but there's no 14th place trophy. Okay.
No.
So like, survival of the fittest, man. You're either going to have or you're going to have not. It's plain and simple.
Yeah. I love the competition aspect. My kids love it. And it's just something that will always push you to get better. You can compete against other people. Like, there are people in my industry that I know I compete against, and that pushes me. Like, if there's ever a time, well, here's a way to use competition to motivate yourself, right? I think everybody, if you're a healthy entrepreneur and you're a competitive person, you have one person or a couple people you absolutely fucking can't stand. You cannot stand losing to. Okay. I'm not going to bring up anybody's name here, right? But there are certain people that I will use for motivation. Okay. If I think that, that if I can say that they're up and hitting the gym earlier, right? And I'm struggling to get out of bed. Well, guess what? That makes me want to get out of bed at 5 a.m. to beat their ass. Okay. If I'm running late, let's just say work's dragged on and on and on. There's a couple projects that I'm sitting there and I'm debating, do I go home now, right, at 6:30, or do I put in another hour, knock out this one and get ahead? Well, it depends on what I'm using for my point of reference for motivation, right? If I'm thinking about my competition, yeah, I'm going to wind up staying there, doing the extra hour and beating it. If I'm thinking, oh, I just want to stay, go home and, watch TV or spend time with the kids. And that's not a wrong answer, but that's your point of reference, and you're probably not staying that extra hour, right? So what are you focused on, and what are you focusing on to make sure you get that done? Another way to look at it is, hey, I have to beat beat my competition. That will allow you to hone in and stay that extra hour or 2 hours, right? That's called using dark side energy, right? That's that dark side that you are so competitive that you have to beat your competition. You have to beat everyone you cannot stand. And you're going to sit there and stay in the fight until you get it done. And it works, guys. It works.
That's awesome, dude. Yeah, I look at it from a lens too of, people either love to win or you hate to lose. I actually take it a step further because of coming up in sports. I fear to lose, so like even in business. And what I mean by fear to lose is I don't ever want my position to get taken away. So I will do whatever it takes to stay there. I always feel like somebody's going to take my spot. In football, I always felt like somebody's going to take my spot. That's why I was hated in practice, because I would knock you out on a 7-on-7 drill or something. You're supposed to be going easy, right? But I'm like, listen, man, I'm not losing my spot. I'm not letting a company get ahead of us. Sure, we're in the beginning stages. We're in, 4th grade, right? When there's people I look up to now that I have great relationships. And going back to what you said, there's somebody you hate in that industry, in your industry or in your space or whatever you're doing. Yeah. But there's also people you love and you look up to and kind of compete with them too. A mentor of mine, like his company is unbelievable. They do ridiculous things for not only as a business, but for their community. They put up sick numbers. And I'm very fortunate enough to have an awesome relationship with him, call him, lean on him, whatever. And I also take it on the flip side where, I'll talk to him, I'll rub him a little bit and be like, hey man, I'm going to come for you one of these days, but it's friendly. But again,
where do you rub him when you say that?
Little shiny object.
Okay, just checking.
I'll keep my mouth shut on that one. I don't want to take this too far. We'll stand for that one.
Keeping your mouth open is probably what got you this far. So,
oh yes, I love it, baby. Here we go. See, just like that. We're here talking shit on completely different things. You gotta love it. But no, man, I never want to lose out, so I'll do what it takes to hold it, man. Like right now, I'm like in 75 hard, I'm on day 50, and over the last 3 years, I've actually started gaining size, which I'm surprised. I don't take any TRT. I probably should, but I don't. I don't do any of that stuff. I just keep my diet in check. But now I'm at a sticking point to where I wasn't a year or two ago, where I'm trying to dial back and trim up, and it's getting hard for me for some reason, and I got to figure it out why. But in those last 50 days or 50 in those last 25 days, I'm going to figure out how to smash that goal, because I don't want to lose. I'll complete the program, follow my diet, do all the shit I've been doing for the last 3 years, but I'll still feel like it's a loss at the end of the day if I don't hit that, and that drives me. That gives me kind of that fear, like, shit, dude, I did everything to the T, but did I really do it if I didn't hit that goal? And I got to figure it out why.
Yeah. What I've found is that dark side motivation, that dark side energy, it's good in short spurts or to motivate yourself in that instant, especially I love it not getting out of bed, right? I am very, very guilty. I like to set multiple alarms because I don't like to wake up, right? So for me, waking up at 5, waking up at 6 is the process. Using that dark side energy is great to get you out, okay? Now, is that what's going to motivate you long term and keeping it? No, probably not, because to go into that dark dark place, it gets taxing. Okay. So what I would tell you is you're going to want your why and your long-term motivation there. And that has more to do with your vision board, your family, God, the important things. And so using it, knowing when to use dark side versus light side motivation is a very, very big thing. And competition is a big driver of both of them. And if you can use competition to motivate yourself and your team, and teach people or teach your team the dark side and the light side, and when and how to use both, you guys will be pretty you'll make some pretty good progress.
100%, man. I'll leave it with this, man. At the end of the day, the competition team, other people, still you versus you, So what are you doing to get better every day? Are you better than that person you were yesterday? Are you getting 1% better every day? Right? That's what you got to ask yourself. And to touch on the dark side, I love it. When I want to sharpen that back in, if you haven't read any of Tim Grover's books, read Relentless first and then Winning. It'll touch a lot on that dark side. Tim Grover is awesome, man. Shout out to Tim Grover.
Cool. I don't think Tim's watching, but
he's not. I'm just saying, man. Like, listen, bro. I love Michael Jordan growing up, and like now that I'm older and in the position, instead of like watching it as a kid from a basketball standpoint, I love watching it from the mindset and the businessman standpoint today, to see that involvement. There's a reason, and we said this on Friday, like Nike, as great as the company as it is, and Phil Knight, but I don't think the acceleration to where it is like wouldn't have happened without Michael Jordan.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if you read Shoe Dog, that's a very obvious, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was the linchpin of it all. But yeah, their whole company was driven by competition, was just by getting shit done. And I love it. But guys, listen, appreciate you guys tuning in. We'll catch you on Financial Fitness Friday. Be good. Crush the week.
Be great, y'all.